As a psychotherapist, when I'm working with couples, I notice several patterns that happen. And these patterns are so destructive that oftentimes the couples will come and see me later and one of them has had an affair. We now know as marriage experts that there are toxic behaviors that happen with emotional affairs in particular. I'm going to list what those toxic behaviors are. And if you see your relationship headed into one of these or two of these, it's really important that you seek counseling now before it turns into something that you have no ability to control or get out of later on down the road. The first of these is not supporting each other's needs. If your partner tells you what they need and you purposely, don't care, don't try to change what you're doing to satisfy their needs, or act like their needs is making them selfish or immature or, wanting to be spoiled, then you are setting yourself and your relationship up for failure. It's very important that couples support each other's needs, even if those needs seem trivial to you. Yes, talk about them, but still support them. Secondly, they begin to reject or not validating their partner. When your partner says something and that's your partner's opinion, it's important that you give it credibility, that you give it credence, that you give it time to think about it with them. When you simply reject it or make fun of it or get defensive about why you can't do that, you're telling your partner that how they feel doesn't matter, and that's not okay. Thirdly, relying on an outsider for emotional support. This is the biggest caveat to stay away from. And many times when you're feeling alone in marriage or you're feeling, undesired or unattentive, that your partner's unattentive to your needs, you'll start reaching out for someone else. And when you do that, in a very real sense, you are already betraying the relationship. Number 4, poor boundaries. When couples don't have boundaries, when I can see in a session that they're not protecting their relationship from outside invaders, I get very nervous. Outside invaders are your work, your time, what you prioritize, what your interests are. If you want to go out with the girls or the guys more than you want to put in time and effort into talking to your partner, maybe working on some issues in the relationship, you're setting your relationship up. And you're setting it up because you're avoiding the very essence of the relationship, and that is keeping the two of you sacred and in a safe place, protected by others. And lastly, if you're in the habit of flirting with others, if you flirt with other people besides your partner, you're telling your partner, I'm interested, I'm tempted, or these people make me feel alive, hence you don't. And no matter what you say, if you flirt, it will send messages to your partner that they're not enough for you intimately and sexually, and that's not a message you want to send to have a safe, trusting relationship. These are the preludes to an emotional affair. They're toxic patterns that develop in a relationship, but you don't have to settle for them. You can still change.